Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Paul from TechLink, and the iPhone XR is over 2 years old now, and with the recent release of the iPhone 12 line I felt like it was a good time to review this amazing device. So to answer the question, is it still worth buying? First of all, I'm really happy to say that Apple decided to keep the XR in the lineup even after the launch of the 2020 iPhone 12. Now, a lot of people are skeptical as to whether they should buy the iPhone XR or not. This doubt comes from a common notion that the iPhone XR may not really be that high tech to take on the newest generation smartphones of 2020. This is not quite correct though. If we go to the Apple Store, you can see that the price is £499, and if you trade in an older iPhone, you can get up to £170 off, which makes it an amazing deal. And that's just Apple price. If you're going to look elsewhere for like second-hand or refurbished devices, you are probably going to find this even cheaper, and for what you are getting, it's a really great value for money. Also, if we are to compare it with the 2020 iPhone SE, beside the A13 chipset is just a better phone. The build quality feels a bit more sturdy. While the more expensive iPhone's frame are made with stainless steel, the XR has a thick piece of aluminum around the edge, like its older generation iPhones. The aluminum is still durable, however it has a less premium feel compared to the stainless steel. Nevertheless, this is not a deal breaker for most people, as it's still comfortable for use. Another important thing that made it so attractive was the color choice. Unlike most of the previous models, you now had 6 different colors to choose from: the white, black, blue, yellow, coral and product, which was the red model. The display is a 6.1 inches LCD, which is big enough for most content. It has a 1792 by 828 pixel resolution with 326 pixel per inch. Now, I know a lot of people were saying that the iPhone XR is not the best choice because of the display, but those are people who look too much into numbers and tiny details. The OLED display might be a superior technology with bigger pixel density, deeper blacks and high contrast ratio. However, all this doesn't necessarily translate into real world experience, as this display still performs better than a lot of budget Android phones that have OLED displays. The resolution is below 1080p, but if you go on YouTube, and let me give you my previous iOS 14 video as an example, you still get the option to choose the 1080p resolution. So it doesn't really compromise your experience. The only thing worth mentioning is the contrast ratio, which is a lot higher on the newer devices. The fact is, this was actually the best-selling phone of 2019. You notice I said phone and not iPhone. That means it sold better than any other smartphone out there. And despite what the critics were saying, this was a massive success, since the regular buyer was looking for something cheaper than the top of the range without compromising what they really wanted in an iPhone. And I'm talking here about the Face ID, the gestures, the larger display with a notch, everything that gives you the modern iPhone experience. The battery of the XR is another exceptional feature. When it comes to battery capacity, the XR surpasses the XS and XS Max in all segments of talk time, internet use and video or audio playbacks. What I can say from my personal experience is that after over a year of intensive usage, and with the battery health that shows the maximum capacity decreased to 92%, this iPhone still manages to take me through a whole day. Beside this, you also get the wireless charging, but in the box you still get the lightning cable, so you will have to buy the charging pad separately. The A12 bionic chipset might be 2 generations older now, but it still flies. Even with the new iOS 14, it runs through the apps and does different tasks in no time. no matter if you're editing videos or playing video games. Everything is so responsive. Even heavy games have pretty quick load times and can be paused, resumed instantly with zero lag. I did a test on the PUBG Mobile to see how it would work on different settings, so make sure to check out that video. I'll leave a link in the description down below. All I can say was just amazing, and all this I think is still going to be the same for years to come, since iPhone hardware doesn't get outdated that easily. When it comes to the camera, there's obviously better options on the newer devices, but you still get the 12 megapixel wide camera with digital zoom, smart HDR and optical image stabilization for photos and videos. You can also record videos in 4K with up to 60 frames per second. The main problem is that since it doesn't have the telephoto camera, when you are taking photos in portrait mode, the software has to do some fancy tricks to compensate and give you that blurred background, and sometimes it might not be that effective. While there are many reasons to consider stepping up to the iPhone 11 or the iPhone 12, like the more durable design, the faster A13 and A14 chipsets, or the more sophisticated camera system, the iPhone XR still offers a great value if you don't want to spend that 100 or 200 pounds extra. You still get wireless charging, you've got fast charging ability as well, a great camera, a good display, great battery life, and in general you don't have any issues when it comes to the way it works, the usability. Overall, the iPhone XR packs a lot of features for the price it comes with, and can easily catch up or even surpass a lot of the newest smartphones, which makes me feel like it's a good sweet spot of a modern iPhone. But what do you think of the iPhone XR at this point? Do you agree with me? Do you think it's still worth buying? Let me know in the comments down below. And that's it for today's video. If you would like to see more tech related content, please subscribe to the channel and press that bell icon so you will be notified whenever I post new videos. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.